Welcome, everyone, to the roots of our being, in which our journey to the past becomes our quest for our future. Again, welcome, everybody. I am your host for this event, for this amazing experience, Amanda Kulbaba. I'm so excited for you guys to all be here. I am the host for the Roots of Our Being for this full week. You'll be seeing me and hearing me a lot. I hope I'm just so excited about this. I have been excited for months to be able to share these beautiful and amazing speakers that have taken out away from their own time to sit down with me and just discuss with me what their interpretation of the roots of our being is all about. So please, I hope you all enjoy. Please check out the speaker pages, see who jumps out at you. And I'm sure you're here too because you do have specific speakers you would like to hear from. So I really do hope you enjoy. I have had a fabulous time in working with every single one of them. I think you'll all see from the interviews how enthusiastic and excited I can get. I sort of have to sometimes calm myself down because I just love being inspired and listening to other people's perspectives and where they're coming from in their own experiences and stories. So really, I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. And I want to take some time just to let all of you know about who I am because you'll be seeing me a lot, like I said, though I am in the background and just inviting people in and asking them their questions. But a little bit about myself. I know some of you already know who I am, but those of you who don't, my name again is Amanda Kulbaba. I am an intuitive. I do a lot of Reiki treatments, a Reiki healer, Reiki master. Um, though I've been doing this work for quite a while, just over 25 years now. Just to give you a little bit of my background, I started as a ballet dancer. As a little girl, I wanted to be, prima ballerina, which a lot of little girls wanted to be or want to be. And I did study in ballet for a long time. And then I went to university in the dance program at York here in Canada, in Toronto. And I was there for about the 4 years. And then in my third year, I started injuring myself and I started to look at maybe something else to do. And massage therapy is what really jumped out for me. And I went into the massage therapy program and I did that whole program. And as I was coming out of that program, all of a sudden, I started to have the doors opening up within myself of pay attention to energy work, pay attention to what's over here now. And I just had so much all of a sudden. It was really like a door opening within myself that had been closed and locked up tight. It wasn't time, the divine timing. And yes, it was like after this program that I took, I actually did an intuitive body work course at the end of the massage therapy program. And that was that introduction into acupuncture and cranial sacral therapy and Reiki and reflexology and all of these, working on the chakras, all of this stuff was completely brand new to me. I'd always been very intuitive, but not really paid to, well, I did pay attention to it, but not really understanding what that was about. And this door opening was just everything sort of just started coming in and I started to explore after I became a massage therapist all of this wonderful other stuff that was out there. And of course, developing my own intuition and starting to really understand what energy is and what it's about in our spiritual aspect. And so this was part of my journey, part of my story, and it just took off from there. So now we're here 25 years later. I have been working one-on-one with clients within the treatment room for a long time in various different ways, from massage therapy to energy work, a lot of meditation. I've been doing a lot of meditation groups over the years. Now I'm more into the shamanic journeying, where I'm incorporating the healing aspect within our journeys and work within us, going to a deeper and different level than just basic meditation is what I'm trying to say there. So lots of that as well. I now do a lot of readings like through the tarot cards, and I love working with goddess energies, a lot with archangels and the fairies. It's always fun. Those of you who watch my free monthly energy readings. I like to connect differently each month to, either the archangels or the fairies or the goddesses was for April. So if you're interested in that, check it out. It's on my YouTube channel. That's always free. And I do that monthly if you're interested in that. And yes, so here I am. And you might be wondering, well, how did you get into summits? So this is my second summit, and the first one was last June. You Are the Cosmos. And some of you have come from there. I know you saw that one. I hope you enjoyed that as well. And this is my second one, The Roots of Our Being. And it has been quite a journey. Like, I think you'll be able to see as you go through the interviews, that I really enjoy connecting with people. I love hearing about their stories and their journeys and the work that they do and how they do it. It's quite fascinating because we're all so necessary for what's going on in this time right now. It is so important for the healers and the intuitives to be out there and connecting, and the astrologers, like all of us. It's just everything is about healing right now. We're all evolving. We're all moving to the next level in our ascension process. And all of this is just so needed. And I love bringing people together. I've always loved bringing people together, community, like-minded people to talk and connect. And again, hear their stories and hear the work that we've all been doing, because this has been hard work, our healing work, this ascension process, the shifting. And we can see so much out in our external world right now where a lot of people are fighting against these changes. And that's okay, because that is part of the healing process, where we resist or fight until we have to start to calm down and relax and be like, we're safe. It's okay. We can do this. So it's really important right now that we bring each other together to hear and support each other and just be there to that people understand that you're not alone in this journey. You're not by yourself. We're all doing this together. And we all have our own stories. We all have our own journeys and ways of doing things. But at the end of the day, it's pretty much the same thing. We're pretty much going through the same stuff. So it's great to come together. And I'd love to hear from all of you during this summit for this week, in what is inspiring you, what is challenging you, what is coming up for you, where you see similarities, where you see differences. This is how we learn and how we process and work together. We all do it a little bit differently, and that's perfect. That's so great. So I really wanted to do the second summit, and I knew that coming into the second one, I was thinking back over the summer that, you know, probably in October is when I'm going to sit down and I'm going to meditate and see, what comes in. Well, it didn't quite happen that way. So October did come, and the Thanksgiving weekend, I was, just driving around. It was a really beautiful, I think the Monday of the Thanksgiving weekend. It was gorgeous here. And I think I was actually driving to a yoga class, and I was close to home, but I was at a red light. And I just looked over and I was looking at a tree at the side of the road, and I hear the roots of our being. And I'm like, okay, the roots of our being. And I'm like, oh, that's my next summit. Okay, thank you. So I received this very, very clearly from this beautiful tree, Mother Earth. And I came home and I was very, very excited. And of course, the first thing as I do is like, I need to find the banner. I need to find the picture, and it took me forever. But the summit name just was right there, but the picture took me hours to find. And then the journey to our past becomes our quest for our future also just flowed out of me as I was sitting down to write, what is this a little bit more about? And so, how this started for me was very much like, well, what are the roots of our being? I don't know. It was very much like, this is important right now. Okay, so as I wondered, like when I was sending out invitations, inviting speakers to be a part of this, it was like, okay, well, let's see who's going to be attracted by this. Let's see what this is all going to be about. So as you move through this week, watching the different speakers and listening to them, see what you think by the end of the week. How does this picture of the roots of our being come for you or present itself to you? What comes from deep within you, your own inner wisdom? How does it speak to you in within all of this? And it can be completely different from all the speakers and everything you see here, which would be perfect too, because this is your own inner wisdom, your own divine self coming out and speaking through you. And maybe as well as you're out and about in the world over this next week or over the next coming weeks or months, something else speaks to you. Mother Nature speaks to you in her own way, in the way the uniqueness of yourself needs to receive. Maybe you receive messages or guidance from the cosmos or from something else completely differently. So I just open that up to you, that invitation. I invite you to see what presents for you, how this comes about for you in your uniqueness. So I wish you all so much love and light throughout this journey because it is quite a journey. And you will hear me start to say that this is an experience. I moved it from being an event to this experience, and it really is an experience. And like I said, it's our own personal, unique experience. So enjoy. And I wanted to speak to you in my own uniqueness within the roots of our being and what this means to me. And I did really, really reflect on this for quite a lot of time. And also just what I've been perceiving, what is going on around us in the world right now, as well as what I've been hearing from others and my clients, and just what's been coming up for myself personally. So my feeling is that the roots, part of my roots, the roots of our being, is that we are creators. We are these beautiful spirits, energies that love to create. We've been creating forever. We are beings that are creators. That is our essence. That is who we are. That's how I see it. And if we look at our own personal worlds, we're creating all the time, from little things, from, creating a meal, for lunch or dinner or breakfast, from, any kind of artwork that we are doing, anything within our work or within our play. We're always creating things and we're always attracting things to us, which is where our vibrations at. We sit within this, we are this vibration that attracts and pulls things to us, that helps us to create, that is part of our world and part of our creation. And then we create big things. We are these multidimensional beings with all of these other past lives and lives within other worlds and realms and existences. And we have created big things. We may even have created some of these worlds, and we have created small daily things that we might not even think is very significant, but are actually grand, because this is all about our own uniqueness. This is you. This is all about you and your spirit, and it's perfect. And it's always based in love, in wanting to create, birthing something, bringing something new in that brings you joy and happiness and may touch on other people in positive ways. And if they touch on people in negative ways, it actually may also be a positive way, because maybe that is to help them in their healing. Maybe that's to inspire them, or to see that things can be done in different ways. It doesn't always have to be done in the same way. I can think of people in my life where I have challenged them big time throughout my life, because I've been very, very different within my own family and with how I see and do things. And it's really challenged some of them, but all in a positive way. Um, and this sort of brings me into what's going on right now. We look out there and our world is messy. It is chaotic. It is messy. There is a lot of anger. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of uncertainty, and there's a lot of fear coming up because of it. But it is so perfect right now. And I will explain that in a minute. But I want to say something to all of you who are listening to this. Every single one of you who are listening to this, you are a light worker. You are a way shower. You understand what that means. You have been working on your healing for so long. We all have. We have understood this ascension process. We have understood the shifting of the planet, the increasing of vibration of Mother Earth's ascension, humanity's ascension, the direction that we're taking and going, and what is needed, and the depth of the amount of work and commitment that has been needed for this. We have all been doing this. You wouldn't be here listening to this and ready to listen to all these interviews if you were not aware and weren't ready and haven't been doing all of this. But it's time for us to really step up now. We are also way showers, just as light workers. So what does that mean? We have to show the way now. And with this time being so much about confusion and uncertainty and a lot of fear and a lot of chaos and a lot of people not happy, well, some people happy and some people not happy in the ways things are going, and direction. So this is the time where us light workers now have to step into that part, that role of the way shower. And what does that mean? That means we have to be really tough and honest with our own self. What is it that we may not have quite worked on yet? Or what are we seeing in the external world that's being projected back at us? And taking that and looking deep within ourselves and saying to ourselves, am I completely healed within this energy? Am I vibrating into a healthy and balanced way within what I'm seeing projected back at me? How am I doing that? How am I working within that natural state? Because that should be a natural state of health and a balance within that energy in our daily life. And what I'm saying is when we look at the external world, we're really what I'm seeing, and it can be different from all of you. So I just invite you to think on this and think what is being projected back for you personally. But for myself, what I'm seeing is personal authority. It's authority on the energy of authority, but I have to bring it back to my personal authority. I'm seeing again power being used in a completely unhealthy, unbalanced way coming from the ego, in which I mean that power is being used over people instead of our natural state of being within our power. I am seeing, what else am I seeing? Confidence, really from ego, not really people with confidence, grounded, integrity. Yes, integrity and honesty is really not there. So I have to take all of this and I have to apply it to myself and be like, okay, all of these should be are all natural states of being within ourselves. But am I in that natural state? Am I vibrating to a healthy state of my own personal authority? Am I in my own power? Am I in that natural state of being? So in my everyday life, I am just vibrating to that and working and moving and playing in that space of energy. My integrity, honesty, all of that I have to take in and look within myself. And this is part of being, I believe, being a way shower. Because if I am in those natural states of being and working and playing and moving in those spaces, then I'm showing the way for others who are becoming more aware, more awake, or simply just feeling the vibration subconsciously and taking that in, and that sort of triggering a healing process within or an experience. We don't need to be telling people how to live or how to do things. We are, as way showers, we simply demonstrate and show by living within it and our vibration being in that place where it affects other people. You can affect strangers on the street. We have no idea. But that's not really our business either. You know, that again is that other person. That is about them. And if we can help them through our own vibration, then that's great. But again, that's about them. It's a choice. There's a choice of ways of living and being and doing things that is being offered to us, which is beautiful and perfect because this world is about free will. We have choice. We always have choice, even when we don't believe we have choice. We need to look to see where the choice is. That's very, very important. So coming back to ourselves, as I was thinking on and reflecting on this, I started to ask myself questions about, well, if I am working, if I want to work, if there's any traumas or blocks or conditioning programming that is not enabling me to be in my natural state of personal authority or my natural state of my inner power, my true power, or my honesty and integrity, my confidence. I need to look at that so I can strengthen my vibration and just be naturally in that state, in that energy of work and play and movement. And so I started to ask myself, what is my definition? What's my definition of authority? What's my definition of power? What's my definition of integrity, of honesty? And then I started to ask other people, because other people were, especially people coming into me for readings. Like one young woman asked me, is she going to connect with somebody soon, find love, that sort of thing. And unfortunately, I wasn't feeling anything for her in that moment, but that was just at that moment. It's always changes. And so I asked her, well, how do you love yourself? So she started to tell me about how she does self-care, her self-care. And I was like, that's beautiful. That's perfect. That's a part of it. But how do you love yourself? And she was like, well, what do you mean? And so I asked her, what is your definition of love? And she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, you need to do some inner reflection and find the definition for yourself, your personal definition for love. Because if you're not understanding what love means to you and what it's about, then you're definitely not working and playing and moving within it completely. She is on levels, but this is going into a very deep, deep level here. And I said, and when you find that and understand it on a deep level, and start working within it, that's when you are going to attract somebody else who also works, plays, moves within that deep level of understanding and a deeper awareness of love. And so this was a great lesson for me too. I always learn from my clients because I have to bring it back to myself always, in my own ways of healing. I can't assist or support somebody in their healing if I'm not supporting and assisting and doing my own, which makes sense. So this is the process that I've been going into, and finding those definitions have really, really helped helped me really understand the taking myself to that deeper awareness of my natural state of being, and also seeing what words come up, like when I write down the definition, what words come up that I use that are like, oh, that's a conditioning, that's a limiting belief, or that might be something coming from trauma, from, maybe from a parent or something from childhood, and looking at that, because we know those things can still sneak in and we still need to clear them. And so this is my way of understanding our roots of our being as these creators, where as we clear away these deeper conditionings and programming and traumas, where we can really be completely within our natural state of being, so we can create from a very clear, honest, within our integrity, a beautiful and loving world. And that only comes from us way showers doing these deeper work, and really what is being projected back at us. If we are asking our leaders to change and do things and make the world better, then we're not on the right path there. Those people have nothing to do with us. Those people are maybe in a state of illusion of power, but we can look, and this is, I'm not pointing out one person here. I'm pointing out all of the people that are in so-called states of power, as being very wounded, very traumatized, and haven't done any work at all. And then we have to look at us, because we are part of the creation of the planet here, of what we're creating and bringing into being. So if we're all still bringing wounded, traumatized people into these areas of life, then we got to go back to ourselves because we attracted this. We put this, we are part of the creation. We have to be very, very honest with ourselves within this. And this is okay because there is so much coming out right now and so messy and chaotic. It is really showing how we do have to shift, and we can shift very, very quickly right now. The astrology, the cosmos, our universe is really supporting us into making these big shifts and really important shifts right now. We are doing great work. So please don't think you're not and that things aren't shifting for the better. They really are. And we still have some work though, and we do have to start focusing on more of going inwards and listening to our intuition. This is another part of how I see the roots of our being. We are spirit, and spirit is all about intuition. We're not just about what we see, what we feel, what we taste. We are about feeling, sorry. What we taste, what we see, what we hear. We are so much more. We are these big beings of feeling. We are very, very intuitive, and it's our intuition that is what is our compass, what helps us to navigate on this planet right now. We need to really develop, tune in, and really deepen our awareness to our intuition to help us really realize what path do we need to take? Is this person or situation giving us the truth? Are they within their own integrity? Or is there something a little bit off here? Something that you need to be a little bit careful with. Is this about divine timing? Are you ready to make your move? Are you meaning to hold back and maybe create or do some inner healing or inner work first before you take those steps? Our intuition is what is our complete, honest inner compass that helps us navigate where we need to go, what we need to do in this world. And we really need to focus and connect and really listen to this right now to help us. As I was doing this inner reflection of what I wanted to speak about today, the Egyptian goddess Ma'at stepped in. And for those of you know, she is the goddess of justice. She is a goddess of balance. And she holds so much integrity and honesty within her. And she really demands us all to step up now and to become very honest with ourselves and to move into our own integrity. Back in ancient times, the pharaohs of Egypt, we can see these hieroglyphics, I think I'm saying that properly, um, where they held a miniature of the goddess Ma'at in the palm of their hand. And I believe I could be a little bit off here, but my recollection of the story is that the pharaoh, by holding the goddess Ma'at in the palm of the hand, they were committing to her, committing to be in service to her and to Egypt and the people of Egypt, to be in service within their integrity and honesty, to be these leaders of integrity and honesty. And we don't have that at all in this world. Our leaders have their own hidden agendas. Our leaders are definitely not honest. They lie all the time. You don't have to be intuitive even to realize that. And unfortunately, that energy flows back to everybody else, to ourselves. Those little white lies that we say to ourselves or others. We're not in our complete honesty, in our truth, within our integrity. And it is time now that we do step up and start working on this and make it a commitment within ourselves to create from a place of honesty, integrity, and our own truth. That is okay to be different from somebody else's truth and doesn't make the other person wrong. We have a respect, a deep respect for our own creations, our own being, as we have this great respect for others and their opinions and their truths and their creations. And so when we start working and playing and being in this vibration on a daily basis, we naturally create and attract the same, where we build our world on this that slowly shifts us and changes everything. But we have to start really from within ourselves and stop looking outside of ourselves in blaming, is what I mean. We do need to look outside of ourselves, but in a way that helps, supports us in our own journey in truth. So I hope this has made some sense to you and has helped you or supported you or gives you something here. Um, and if not, that's perfectly okay too. Again, this is my truth, and I love to hear your truths as well. I'm always open to that because, like I said, we are inspired and we are given so much wisdom through all of us. We're all sharing and growing together. And I didn't want to have my talk to be too long because I know you guys are all eager to dive into all the other interviews. But before we go, and those of you who know me, I don't just like to talk, I like to also have you explore and dive into the information and into your own wisdom to see what comes up. It's okay to listen to people, but at the end of the day, we have to, our inner wisdom comes from our own experience. And experience is very, very important because it, brings up our own power, our own wisdom. So I have a shamanic journey for all of you today that I wanted to offer you. So if you are in a place that you can sit back and relax and move into this shamanic journey, we can do so. If you need to come back to this video and listen to this later when you have time, that'd be great. But we will be connecting with our inner wisdom. We will be connecting and working with the Egyptian goddess Ma'at. She's going to help us and guide us in our journey of truth and working within what we need to heal within ourselves and also understand in a deeper way. So I do hope this supports and helps you. And I also have an image for all of you that I want to share with you today. And I'm going to bring that up for you in a second. So if for those of you who like to look at something, have a visual, this would be for you. And if I can bring it up for you, just hold. When I talk and try to do technology, okay, I think I've got it ready, set up for you. It doesn't always work, but here we go. I will share my screen. There we go. All right. So I ask you to move yourself into a place that is comfortable and relaxing for you. And if you want to light a candle or burn any incense or have your own music playing, you can do that as well. And slowly and gently bring your awareness to your breath, breathing nice and deeply into your abdomen feeling yourself expanding and opening up. And as you exhale, feel yourself dropping, releasing, and letting go of any tension, any holding, any tightness or stiffness. And to continue to breathe nice and deeply into the abdomen, really feel your whole being opening up and expanding in all different directions. And as you exhale, just feel yourself completely dropping deeper and deeper within. And as you continue to breathe nice and deeply, I invite you to visualize or intend your physical body and your energy body. If it were a temple, what would it look like? What would its shape be? What type of architecture? Would it have a lot of big windows? Would it have walls? Any doors? What kind of material? And if you were to move inwards, deeper into yourself, deeper into your own temple of your being, what would it look like within? Would there be nature and animals within your temple? Would there be big, massive canvases, paintings, pictures? Would there be crystals, fireplaces? Would there be oceans or seas? Don't constrict the way you would think or see within yourself. There are so many different possibilities, anything within. And allow your intuition to speak to you, to flow. Allow your imagination free rein to create. You're a being of creation. So create whatever you want within. Now I want you to move to a space within your temple, anywhere. And within this space is where you create, the heart of where you create. And within this space, notice what's around you. Do you have tools? And what type of tools would they be? Is it completely open? Is there a specific element, one or two? Within this space, within this heart of your creation, of where you love to create, I want you to see, if it's not already there, a water fountain. And the water flowing into the basin of your water fountain. I want you to look deep into this water. And as you do, I want you to ask, what energy do you need to heal within yourself? What energy needs to be healed that needs not only for you to heal it within, but you need this healing to help with shifting the vibration within the world to help support the world moving into a more balanced, healthy, and happy space. And whatever appears to you, there's no judgment here, because maybe you've worked on already what you're being shown. It simply means, or could mean, that you need to connect deeper or have a deeper understanding. There may be more wisdom to be offered to you here. And it can be anything. And maybe more than one appears. It can be general or specific, but once you've received the message, thank your space for the help. Embracing the space in love and gratitude, knowing that your inner wisdom supports you in everything you're doing, all the work you're doing. And now I want you to invite in the goddess Ma'at to help support and be with you in this next part of the journey. And as you welcome her into your space, thank her for being with you. Knowing that she's going to help guide you in a way to support and balance what needs healing or connection, or a different, deeper sense of wisdom. She takes your hand and she walks you to a different area or space of your temple. And as you move into this space, she takes you into a time, place where you lived, worked, played within a healthy and balanced way where there was no trauma, no conditioning or programming, but in a space where you are in your wholeness, your truth, completely balanced and in harmony within yourself, within this world. And she points out to you specifically where you are able to express yourself in a healthy and balanced way within the energy of what you received before within that space, your own space of creation that asked you to look at something to heal or balance or understand in a deeper way. And I'm going to give you a few moments to really focus and speak with the goddess Ma'at and allow her to show you what you need to see and hear and know. Before we come back, take another moment to ask any questions that you might have with the goddess Ma'at and what you need to know in this moment of time that will help support you in your own journey. in this world. Goddess Ma'at brings you back out of this space that is part of your temple, that is your wisdom, your memories, everything that you've done and been, places, all that wisdom resides right here in your inner temple. It's all here for you to access, to connect with. As you move more into your temple, thank the Goddess Ma'at for helping you today and working with you. And know you can always call her back. Always at any time ask her to help you. And as she goes, just be within your temple, processing what you've learned and experienced today, taking in the wisdom. Realize how much wisdom and information resides within you, that you can move anywhere in your temple to connect, ask a question, have an intention to look at something, to be a part of, and know it's all here for you, just waiting for you to connect and ask. Slowly and gently bring your awareness back to your breath, breathing nice and deeply into the abdomen. Notice how your body feels. Notice how you feel emotionally and mentally and spiritually. Notice if you feel more expanded and open. Slowly and gently bring your awareness back to the space around you, the little noises around you. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, waking up the body. Stretch out if you feel like you need to. If you feel like you need a glass of water, or if you need to write down, journal your experiences, please do so. Take some time. I hope you felt that this helped you in some way, supported you, giving you some insight, wisdom. Once more, I hope you all enjoy the roots of our being this week. I hope it gives you some comfort, insight, wisdom, inspiration, help with wherever you're at in your life right now, in your journey. Please let me know. Please reach out to any of the speakers. They are all open to receive any of your insights, comments, questions. Don't hesitate. They're all here for you. We're all here for you. We're all doing this together. I hope you enjoy. So much love and light, and I will see you all soon. And hopefully, I will hear from you as well. Have a beautiful day, everybody.